The second most important tournament in Russian figure skating came to an end. The Grand Prix finals were just as exciting and dramatic as the national championships. Our girls decided to push the intrigue to the limit at the end of the season. With the contestants going from strength to strength, it was unclear who would win the Grand Prix. Luck favored Adalia Petrosian. The young Tutberidze's apprentice simply crushed her opponents. And the fight for medals between Akateva, Valieva and Tuktamisheva turned out to be really dramatic. The skaters were separated only by hundredths. The girls' free skating program was opened by Victoria Fedyanina, not the most successful one. The skater confidently skated the first part of the program, but then she fell off the triple loop and doubled the triple loop. Vika received very modest assessment of her performance, 114.49, and her point total of 173.90 was not too high. Sofia Samadokina did not succeed in everything either. The student of Svetlana Sokolovskaya wanted very much to make up for the defeat in the short program. She did 2 fourfold somersaults, but unfortunately, she fell down on both of them. The rest of the elements were perfectly executed, but 2 falls cost her dearly. After the skating, Sofa looked very upset. Only when she came off the ice, the girl vigorously began to analyze her mistakes with Sokolovskaya. The coach listened attentively to her student and said several times, "Please don't grow up anymore," to which Sofa smiled and replied, "Okay." Apparently, it is because of the transition age of the skater this season and does not set up. Despite her low score of 124.26 for the free program and 185.54 for the total, Samadokina looks positively toward the future, although she is very worried about her height. We laugh, but it's not funny anymore. I have already outgrown my mother by 2 centimeters, now I am 164. Competition, as far as I know, is everything this season. I applied for the show program tournament, but I didn't make it. I've grown 10 centimeters since the last Channel 1 Cup. What would you praise yourself for this season? For not giving up, trying my best at every start, Samadokina said in the mix zone. Anna Frolova is having a hard time this season. The girl is still recovering from a leg injury, so her form is still not perfect. Anna could not do the free skating program without mistakes. She hardly managed to keep her feet on the edge and lost levels on the rotations. Having received 132.81 points for the free skating program, Frolova managed to get over the 200-point mark in total. Her score was 201.39. And that's not bad after the injury. Sofia Zaharova gave a quality roll, emotionally reeled off her incendiary program. The skater made a mistake on the Lutz, Euler, Salchow cascade, but that didn't stop her from beating the competitors ahead of her. Zaharova took the interim lead with a score of 203.02, but it didn't last long. Ksenia Gushina gave a nearly flawless performance of her Bright Frida, making only a minor error on the double axel. The pupil of Davydenko got 138.35 points in free skating and 209.62 points overall. Not everything worked out for Veronika Yamatova. The skater started her skating with an unexpected fall from the triple salcho, but she managed to keep her set and do the remaining elements perfectly. Nevertheless, she didn't manage to become the leader in the first warm-up. With 205.38 points she yielded to Ksenia Gushina. The strongest warm-up was opened by the newly christened Russian junior champion Alina Gorbacheva. It seems that the title gave Sofia Fedchenko's student more confidence, otherwise it is impossible to explain how the athlete managed to land 2 fourfold salchows, one of which was in the cascade with a double axel, so easily. Alina showed no signs of abandoning her strength after the 2 Ultra C elements and she performed the remaining jumps flawlessly, with the exception of the triple Rittberger. That performance was the best of her career, 155.16 points in freestyle and 228.85 on aggregate, Gorbacheva had never before earned. Sofia Akateva was also brilliant. A disciple of Tutberidze, she did 4 Ultra C elements. She did a triple axel triple toe loop, a quadruple toe loop double axel combination and a solo triple axel perfectly, but she fell out in the second half of the skating session. The mistake did not rain on Sofia's performance, which she performed with great inspiration. It was clear from the skater's mood that she would fight for the victory. The score of 164.69 for the free skating program and 241.09 points for the sum only confirmed this. Sofia Muraviova also came to St. Petersburg to fight for the highest places. A student of Yevgeny Plushenko began her skating with an excellent triple axel and all other elements were performed well, except for triple ripple marker. Sonia's skating, as always, was light and smooth. The image of Shakespeare's Juliet suits her very well. After the skating, Yevgeny Plushenko immediately praised his student. The judges also appreciated Muravieva's efforts, giving her a generous 155.10 points for the free skating and 233.04 points overall. Kamila Valieva came to the ice next. The Tutberidze student powerfully started her Olympic story with a perfect quadruple toe loop, double axel and solo quadruple toe loop. Kamila skated sensually and emotionally, and perhaps, at some point, this hindered her. Her skater's mistakes in the second half of the program were quite untypical for the skater. Valieva fell off the triple loop, and then doubled her second jump in a cascade of Lutz into loop, which soured the impression of her skating a little. After the performance, Kamila sobbed bitterly and fell to her knees. The audience gave her a warm ovation and Eteri Tutberidze welcomed her student to the basket, hugging her. It seemed that after her mistakes Valieva had said goodbye to the medal, but then a sensation happened. The judges gave the skater 162.79 points for the free skating and 241.76 points overall, putting her 0.67 points ahead of Akateva. What a firecracker! Following Kamila, Elizaveta Tuktamisheva showed an incredibly emotional performance of her loneliness routine. By the end of the season, Alexei Mishin's apprentice seemed to have lived up to the role of the blind girl. She felt that role so intuitively. Lisa started her skating with a spectacular triple axel double axel combination, but she did not do a triple solo. She fell out. The rest of the elements were flawless, allowing Tuktamisheva to receive 160.52 points in free skating and 241.61 points overall. Lisa couldn't get past Valieva, but she managed to beat Akateva. The gap was only 0.52 points, an incredible struggle. After that, the only remaining competitor to perform was Adalia Petrosian, who triumphed in the short program. It seemed that Tutberidze's student would have a hard time with the pressure of an intermediate lead, but it was not so. Adalia made an attempt on the roof and she almost pulled it off. The skater began her skating with a quadruple flip, then landed a quadruple toe-lop double axel combination. She missed her solo quadruple loop, but then Adalia fell off the triple axel in the second half of the program. The rest of the elements were flawless and she showed great energy. Nevertheless, the intrigue remained till the very end. Would the judges let the young disciple of Tutberidze snatch the victory from Valieva? And yes, they did. Petrosian scored an impressive 169.39 points for her skating, and her total score was 255.01. Just an incredible result. Adalia was only 13.25 points ahead of her nearest rival Kamila. The disciple of Tutberidze just smashed her rivals. Now Eteri has one more champion, and it just adds intrigue to the next season.